Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to PFC Week 2. Now, I'm just going to talk over the team I have picked for this week. This week has been the hardest of every PFC match I've had so far. We are up against Macadii. He's a very, very good battler. I've seen a lot of his Showdown videos on the YouTubes, and he's very, very good. So this is going to be a very tough match for me, as I'm somewhat newer to Showdown and that kind of thing. So I'm going to show off my team. I've got all my notes in front of me, which I'm going to hopefully be able to take advantage of. I think I know what he's going to bring. Now, I will most likely be wrong, and that will fudge me up from the start. He has got two spinners, and he does have he's got two spinners and a defogger on his team. He knows far well that my team is very, very weak to Stealth Rocks, and as of last week's PFC match against Silph, he does like his setup. So I can't let him set up. That would be very, very bad. That would literally be the end of me if I let him set up. So I'm going to be taking Hercules with me this week. Again, Hercules is our Mega Pincer. He's got some very good, interesting moves. Really for his team, I'm debating to change Close Combat for Earthquake, because Close Combat doesn't really do too much to this team. I think Earthquake would do more. So I am going to do that on here right now. I'm going to switch over that for Earthquake, because I know it gets it. And yeah, let's see, Earthquake. I'm going to teach Earthquake instead for this week, because that Metagross is a very, very big issue. I have a plan in order to try and KO it as quickly as possible, but it's going to be very difficult. Metagross is it's his Mega, so it's definitely going to be coming. I don't think anybody's not going to be bringing the Mega, so Mega Pincer is coming with us this week. Next, we've got Zoro, which is our Crocodile. Now, I love Crocodile. Crocodile has to come through for me this week. I'm relying a lot on him. He's Choice Scarfed, so he will outspeed a lot of his mons. I do have him with Pursuit as well. I've got him as like a Pursuit Trapper, so he will definitely KO a mon if I believe he's going to switch out. Then I could Pursue and hopefully get some more chip damage, either chip damage off that mon, or at least KO it if it's low enough. Next, we're bringing Double Vision. Now, I'm really sad this is my only defogger. I'm really, really sad it's my only defogger, because this thing is horrendous. Stealth Rocks will take it down to half, and then that breaks the stash straight away. So I'm really mad that this is my only defogger and I don't have anybody else. I'm going to try and do some trades, see if I can pick up a better defogger for something, or at least a rapid spinner for my team, because it would be really nice to pick one up. I am running the Tailwind to try and outspeed, because his team relies a lot on the speed that he's got. He's got a lot of fast mons, so if I could get up Tailwind, my team should then be able to start chipping away more at his team than just flat out, because you can probably tell a lot of my team isn't very fast. So it will rely on a lot of other factors, such as the Tailwind, Sticky Webs to slow him down, that kind of thing. Next, we've got Pandora and Lapras. It's Choice Specs, so those Ice Beams and Hydro Pumps are going to do a lot of damage, hopefully. It's running Toxic as well. It's pretty much the same set as I ran last week, because if I can get a Toxic on something, that would be nice. Because I believe he's going to bring the Metagross, the Clefable, the Keldeo, the Alakazam, and the Hydreigon, and then one of his spinners. That's what I believe his team's going to be. It's going to be his top OU, UU mons. Just because that's what... I don't know. Spiritomb. I feel Spiritomb as well. Spiritomb was there last week. I seen it. It was very, very annoying. I've seen it likes to burn stuff, so I'm glad a lot of these mons are special based rather than physical. So, Lapras, you're coming. Hopefully you do well. Next, we're running the Mawile. Now, I have to run Mawile because of Play Rough. It's Fairy type, my only Fairy type. And there is a Hydreigon on the team. Or Hydreigon, whatever you want to call it. And there's also that Clefable, which I can Iron Head. Which would be really, really nice. That Clefable, I'm very scared of. If it starts setting up Carmines, we'll be here all day. If it's a Healbella, or it can... There's just too many problems with that Clefable. That's why I think it's going to be turning up this week. And our final mon of this week is, in fact, my Haunter. This is my Choice Scarf Haunter. I've decided to Choice Scarf it this week. In case we want... If there's a mon that we really can't deal with, say it's the Clefable or the Metagross, I'm Choice Guard, I can go in Destiny Bond, and I can take it with me. At least that knocks out a big threat. I don't want to trade Haunter for like that. I don't want to trade it out for something really weak. So hopefully we can put him to good use before we have to Destiny Bond and take him out. But that is the team for this week. I'm really not looking forward to this match, but let's jump straight into the battle. Let's go. Okay guys, here we go. This is the PFC match week 2, and he did bring exactly what I thought he was going to bring. He's got his Mega Metagross, his Clefable, his Keldeo, his Hydreigon, his Alakazam, and his top 5. I predicted this. I'm so glad I predicted this. So, I would like to get... What do I start with? I feel like he's going to start with his Stealth Rocker. And he's going to try and get them Brocks up as quickly as possible. I'm going to start with Zoro. So he is starting out with Walnut. And I have got my Stealth Rock on the field. I should outspeed, so I could taunt this thing and prevent him from actually doing any Stealth Rocking. So I would force him out to a switch, but I am Choice Scarfed, so I have to be careful. Which means I'd have to switch out also. It'd have to predict what he's going to switch out into. I'm going to click Taunt. Because if I don't, he's going to start setting up. There we go. So I blocked him from setting up. I now have to predict what he's going to go out into. I'm going to go out into... What's he going to go out into? So at least I've stopped him from setting up his rocks. He knows that is a massive weakness to my team. So I'm so glad I got that to stop as quickly as I could. He's going to have to switch. It's just who's he going to switch into is the question. And if I predict wrong, it's going to pretty much wreck the battle for me. So I'm going to go out into Pandora. And he goes out into his Clefable. This thing is more than likely going to be Magic Guard, so I can't poison it. As for Clefable, if I just quickly damage calc, I'm not sure what set it is, but if I just quickly count what out of my Lapras's moves is going to be the best. If it's got Focus Blast, that's going to hurt, but I'm going to go for Hydro Pump. If it does have Focus Blast, it's going to hurt me a lot. It's going to do about 77%. Looking at the statistics here, 77% up to max of 92%. I feel like he's going to switch because he can't really afford this thing to take too much damage. Unless he decides to... I'm not even sure. Unless he decides to stay in and starts Calm Minding. I don't know what set this is. Yeah, I'm not sure what set it is. It could be a multiple of sets. But I should do about 61% damage to it. 61 to 73. So that is a nice amount of damage. I am very scared of this thing. I am thinking he's going to switch out to Keldeo. That could be a really, really good move on his part. Switching out into that Keldeo and taking the hit a lot better than this thing can. It's just... with a Keldeo, I can KO it if I can get out into Pinsir. I can return it. So that crit mattered. I didn't expect that to do that. Okay, so we got a crit off. That is really, really nice. That thing was a threat. That thing was a big, big threat, and I'm so glad we managed to get it off the field. He's not got that defense now. He could quite easily go back out into his Stealth Rocker. That would be a really, really nice move on his part. Because he would definitely get his Stealth up, because I would have to switch. This would be his chance to get his Stealth Rocks up. Like I said, I've got my Masquerain as my defogger. It's just I'd rather not have to switch on. It's just going to be very difficult to get rid of them after that. I would have to make sure his Fortress does drop instantaneously. I would have to get that off the field. Unfortunately, I don't have any fire type moves. That did a lot more damage than I thought it was going to, so I'm really, really happy about that. If I just look at Fortress, what set is it possible running? How much do we do to a Fortress? We do nothing. We do Hydro Pump does, again, same amount of damage. It does tickle Fairy. 62 to 72%. So that could be a nice strat if he does want to try and pull that off right now. Lapras is a very good pick. We are locked into Hydro Pump anyway because we are choice spexed. And what else? What else? Okay, so out comes the Keldeo. Okay. So we've got to deal with the Keldeo now. It could be possibly... I have to watch because this thing could be possibly choice scarfed. It's probably going to go for... what's it called? Sacred Sword, which is a fighting type move. So I'm going to go out into Spectre. Because if he does want to go for Sacred Sword, it shouldn't do anything. I am immune. That was a really nice switch on my part. And if it wants to go for Scald, I can't take a Scald. My problem here is I can't take a Scald. I really, really can't. I could pivot back between the two. I am choice scarf, so if I want to take this thing out, I have to Destiny Bond now. I don't know how much Kel... I don't know what set it is. It could be choice scarfed. If it's choice scarf, that's great. Let's see. Hydro Pump does one-shot me. But if he's scarfed, he has to switch. So my best option is to Giga Drain. I'm going to Giga Drain. He has to switch. That's telling me he's scarfed. That is telling me he's scarfed. So Keldeo is scarfed. I have to be careful of that. This is where he's going to get his rocks up. I'm going to go back. I'm going to switch out into my double vision. I'm going to switch out to double vision. Because he's going to try and get his rocks up right now. There's his rocks. I've got double vision on the field. He's not going to take any extra damage. I'm going to set up a Tailwind. Oh, hold on. This thing can get Volt Switch, can't it? So, and that does ×2. So I'm going to I'm going to Tailwind. I'm going to Tailwind. I'm going to get my speed up. That doesn't do too much. I'm happy about that. That doesn't do too much damage. I would have liked to have Sticky Webbed. I should have Sticky Webbed there, predicting that Volt Switch, because I knew it would do some damage to me. And then if he wanted to send out his Metagross, or his Keldeo, his Alakazam, all of those things would be slowed. And he would have to get this back out on the field. But I couldn't defog to get rid of these, so I understand why he did it. I understand very clearly why he did it, because he knew I couldn't set up Sticky Webs. And he has broke my stash. He has broke my stash, so I am a little bit disappointed about that. Very, very disappointed. I do outspeed though now. I can pretty much outspeed. If he wants to bring out Metagross right now, feel free. Please bring out Metagross. He can take this out. I would have liked to get my Sticky Webs up, but if he takes this out, I can bring out my Crocodile with a Tailwind and Choice Scarf. I definitely outspeed. I can Earthquake and possibly one-shot. I know I can definitely two-shot, but if I get lucky, one-shot might be a possibility that could happen. So far, as you can see, he's only lost his Clefable. That was by chance. I have to keep playing strategically. Out comes Bullet Bill. This is the thing that I did not want to see. I'm going to go for Defog. I should outspeed. Nope, I don't outspeed. So Bullet Punch might take me out here. I might not even get my Defog up. I might not get my Defog up here. which would be... I really want to get Defog up. He might try and substitute. He's going to go for Meteor Mash. That does take me out. I did get my rocks up. And he did get a plus 1.5 boost, which I really did not want to see. If I just Mega Metagross. I want to say he's a physical attacker. Zen Headbutt. Possible Zen Headbutt, Hammer Arm, and Bullet Punch set. If it's an all-out attacker. I know he likes to run sub though. I know he likes to run a sub set. Obviously, he changes it week by week, but I know he likes to run sub on this thing. If he got sub up now, there'd be an issue, like a really big issue. I'm gonna go out into. I'm gonna go out into Spectre. I want to try a Destiny Bond. Bullet Punch can't one shot, but oh, he's got 1.5. I'm gonna go for Destiny Bond. Let's try it. Bullet Punch takes priority though. Bullet Punch takes priority. Bullet Punch does take priority. Out comes that. I have revealed I've got that now, which I really did not want to do. I really, really did not want to reveal that I had Destiny Bond, and I fudged it up, and it's not good. Let's go out into Pandora. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I want to go into Pandora. I don't know. Zion. I want to go into Zion because he wants to drop a Draco. He can do. He can drop a Draco if that's what he wants to do. Drop a Draco. Intimidate is down. U-turn does nothing. Of course he wants to go out into something else. I know he wants to go out into something else. It's just what? It's just what? What's he going to do? What is he going to do? Is he going to... I could see the Alakazam coming back out here. The Alakazam coming out. I really, really could. He obviously can't stay out well, he can't stay in with this. I'm not sure. I really, really am not sure. So out comes Walnut. He's going to try and get his rocks back up. I wonder if I could try and flinch. I know. Let's have a see. Fortress. And make a pincer. How much can we do? Return does the best. I can't one shot though. So I am going to go out into pincer. He's going to get his rocks back up, which is really, really unfortunate because I haven't got my defogger anymore. How much does a vault? A vault switch does next to nothing, so I'm going to set up a swords dance. I'm going to swords dance. I'm going to swords dance. I'm going to see what I can do. That puts me at swords dance does +2, doesn't it? I think swords dance does +2. I feel like it does +2. If so, that's great. Because that'll do near enough a KO. He's got to be worried that I can set up here because he can stay in, but Vault Switch does next to nothing to Mega Pincer. It does around 32%. There we go. We got the Swords Dance. He does do Vault Switch. Super effective. Did 23%. No, 30. It did. Oh, it did the top end. What's coming out? So it is Jafar. It's the Alakazam. Alakazam. Mega Alakazam. Return should body this thing. It's whether we outspeed. We don't outspeed. And we're just going to hit quick attack. Quick attack. It's sashed. We've lost. That's it. I forgot about the sash. I've even got it written down on the board in front of me that it's sashed. There's not much I can do from here. Spectre is going to Shadow Ball. He doesn't need to keep this thing anymore. He doesn't need to keep it, so he doesn't have to stay in. He didn't have to switch either. But he didn't have to keep it. So that's totally up to him. Let's have a see. Let's have a see. What is he going to do? Because that's just lost us the game. Because what did it do? Hidden Power. So it's Hidden Power Fire. I want to say HP Fire. I want to say HP Fire. HP Fire doesn't kill though. Out comes Walnut. There's the Shadow Ball. That was a nice crit though. Just going to Shadow Ball again. He's going to sack this Walnut off now. For me to be able to take out that Metagross, I have to Destiny Bond now. There's not much else I can do with the team. Crook's not been on the field yet, I don't think, unless you give it on it right at the very beginning. We're deep into this battle. We're 16 minutes into this battle. I'm annoyed with myself with the fact that I forgot. Half the time you see Alakazam on its own, it's sashed. That is sashed. By now, he must know I am scarfed. He's got to know I'm scarfed by now. So he could switch out into Druddigon. Not Druddigon. Hydreigon. Really, Keldeo isn't a switch in case I get a special defense drop on him. If I do, that would be really, really nice. And I could take that out as well. That's what I'm hoping for. But it really, really does depend on what happens. I'm annoyed at letting myself. He is switched. He went into the Druddigon. He's resisted. Special defense drop? Didn't get a special defense drop. Okay. I'm going to go out into Zion. Obviously, that is my switch. There's nothing else I can switch to on the team. Lapras takes too much Stealth Rocks damage, so I have to try and preserve it until I can be on the field with this. Because he's just going to U-turn. He is just going to U-turn. He'll hit U-turn here. I go into Zion. He'll do nothing to me. He did... Maybe not. Maybe Crook would have been the better choice there. He did play the prediction correct. 324. It does outspeed, unfortunately. It does outspeed, unfortunately. I could go out into Pandora here. I should have gone to Pandora knowing that I switched before. That whole Mega Pinsir getting knocked out has thrown my game. It's thrown my train of thought. I go into Pandora. Another Flamethrower. That's going to do more damage than I wanted it to. He has to switch here. In case he goes to the Keldeo, I'm going to click Freeze Dry. Walnut comes out. That's going to take out Walnut. Does reveal I have Freeze Dry. Just in case that Keldeo came out. Because I knew 100% if that Keldeo came out, I could do a mass amount of damage. Looking at the damage calcs, Lapras with Freeze Dry and Specs to a Keldeo. does do... I believe it's Choice Scarf. That Keldeo has to be Choice Scarfed. Unfortunately, it can't freely switch into it because of Haunter. Haunter negates his... Yeah, Freeze Dry is a one-hit KO. And that's my only option now for the Keldeo because my Mega Pinsir's dead. And that was the only other thing that could one-shot it. So Freeze Dry is my best option. Hopefully he sends it in. No, Bullet Bill is here. Probably going to be a Bullet Punch. But I'm going to go out and I'm going to sack off Scion here. Get that Intimidate. Okay. Okay. What can I do to this? What can I do to this? I know not much. Meteor Mash KOs me. I can Sucker Punch. I'm just going to click Sucker Punch because Meteor Mash KOs me here. If he subs, I'm going to be so mad. Sucker Punch. Okay, did enough damage. Earthquake does take me out. He has quite the speed advantage here now. Unfortunately, he outspeeds the entire team. So I think this is where we lose. I think this is where we lose. That whole Mega Pinsir drop-in threw my game. It threw my train of thought. It's at +2 speed. Nothing outspeeds it. The only way I could win is now if I could throw it out. There's nothing at this point. There's nothing I can do. Pandora can come out and let's just hit Hydro Pump. At this point, there's nothing I can do. There is literally nothing I can do at this point. Because there's nothing I can do. There is zero I can do. Meteor Mash does enough to take me out. Let's see. We've got the Crook. So I've got my Choice Scarf Crook. Hammer Arm KOs me if he's running it. Meteor Mash doesn't. His downer attack as well. He's at minus. I should take that into account. He's at -1. He can't kill Crook, so Crook can come out. He does know I'm not Intimidate there. Pursuit only does 34%. Earthquake does 84%. I could KO it right now. I'm going to hit Earthquake. If he stays in, this thing should die. If he stays in. I feel like he's going to send out the... either Keldeo... Oh, damn. I feel like he's going to send out the Keldeo. Or he's going to send out the High Dragon. I wonder if to just click Pursuit. Predicting the switch and getting more chip damage off it. Because if I can preserve Crook until this thing comes back out, I might have a chance. It's so risky hitting Pursuit because he could potentially stay. If he's running Calcs, he'll know he can't kill me. So he'll have to switch and go into Keldeo. If that is the choice that he makes, Keldeo, I believe it's Scarfed. Earthquake does 60% Keldeo. If he goes into High Dragon, well, Hydreigon, it's Life Orbed, I believe. None of my moves do any damage to it. I mean, if I had Stone Edge, that would have been a great move. I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray he switches. We've just locked. That was it. If we'd have clicked Earthquake, we'd have won. If we'd have clicked Earthquake, we would have beat this thing. I'm livid. I really, really am. I'm livid. Because whatever he uses, he KOs me. Let's just click Dusty Bond for the fun of it. GG. I'm actually livid. If I'd have hit Earthquake and not tried to overpredict and just gone with my gut, that thing would have knocked out. It'd have had to switch into Hydreigon. I'd have switched out. I would have lost anyway, but I wanted to give it a bit more of a fighting chance. I'm livid about that loss. I really, really am. I really, really am. But that is the end of PFC Week 2. If you want to see more, PFC Week 3 will be up next week, on Thursday. It is uploaded every Thursday, and my next opponent is, I believe... I'm not sure who my next opponent is. I believe it's Richie. I believe my next week opponent is Richie, so that'll be a really intense fight. But hopefully you enjoyed this fight. I gave it my best. It just, unfortunately, Mega Pinsir's death threw me, and it just went downhill from there. But it was a really good fight. Thank you, Macadii, for the fight. He's a more experienced battler than I am, so I would have expected him to win anyway. So that is the end of PFC Week 2. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys all next week. But for now, have a wonderful and safe day, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye for now.